Hey there, this is Coach Armstrong. I am going to give you an Adobe Audition tutorial today. This will be a simple tutorial on how to open a file, create a project, edit that file in a way where you can delete certain parts of the track or trim the track or maybe bring in two tracks together. So let's get started. All right, so Adobe Audition starts by opening the program. It is a light, I call it seafoam green. It's Adobe Audition, it has an AU on it. So you're going to open that, it's somewhere on your desktop, depending on what workstation you're on. And it's going to open up and you're going to see the typical Adobe look, dark black, dark gray, kind of set up like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by just how to open a file. So you take your mouse up here and you go to File, Open. Now, we're going to have some pre-made files in here. These are some master files that we've been working with. We're going to click onto the SMAT drive. We're going to go to Audition. Okay, all your project files will be here. We're going to go to the project folder named Music. Music, not Music Projects, but Music. Inside here, we've got 3 tracks. We're going to open one. Let's start with Howling. All right, so we've opened the track Howling and I've hit play and I'm letting it play in the background as I talk. So let's say we want to take a part of this track out. I'm going to hit stop. I'm going to go to right here and I'm going to put my scrubber right there. I can use the mouse scroll to scroll in. I have a dead spot in the music. I want to cut that out to say the next dead spot that we find or close to a dead spot. Let's say right here. So I've got right to there. Now, if I don't like what I picked, I can slide it back and forth, but I'm going to hit the delete key and all that's gone. So if I use my mouse scroll, I go back, I've just got the first part. Notice it's a much shorter song now. So I've cut that part completely out. All right, so we go into the guitar. Let's say I don't want the guitar playing in this. So I'm going to roll my scrubber back to the first. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So as we see right here is where the guitar picks up. So if I go right there and hit stop, drag my scrubber to it, I'll hear a little bit of noise. And I want to cut all of this out. I don't care about the end. All I want is that first part of the clip. Hit play. All right, so I've got an opening beat there. Now, I want to take this and I want to create a new track with it. So I'm going to go to File, New, Multi-Track Session, and we're going to call this Mix 1 for right now. Browse, I want to make sure I pick my folder on the Audition drive. So if I go to Music, Music Projects, Salmon 4th Period, I do a new folder and I call it Armstrong 1. Okay. So I'm going to go inside this folder, select the folder, and boom, everything's going to save to that folder so I'll know where it's at. So now I've got this mix track and I want to drag Howling down here to this multi-session. I can actually edit several tracks together here. So hit play, we'll have it. All right, so I hit stop. I want to go back and I want to go to File, Open. And I want to open up these other 2 tracks, okay? So it's going to open them up as MP3 files over here. Now if I hit Take It Easy and I hit play, all right, so we got a nice little piano beat in the background. So if I go back to the start of this one, I hear that piano beat and I zoom in and slide over. I want to slide it back up here. I want to kind of go to where it kind of stops the beat for a second again. And I want to, actually, I don't want to go that way with it. I want to go the other way with it. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to go all the way over here. And I'm going to cut the rest of the song out. So I'm left with just this part. All right, so I'm going to take this beat and I am going to go to my multi-track session. I'm going to drag this over here and I'm going to put it right next. So I've got these 2 beats now. All right, so let's say I don't like where that starts. I can slide this one back a little bit. I can go here and listen to see the mix. You get a change in tone, okay? All right, so let's stop it there, and we're going to go up to the track called Triumph. And we're going to listen to the start of this track. All right, so if I zoom in to the first part, I can see where we get, and I'm dragging my little timeline back here. I can see we get a definite start right here. So let's go ahead and highlight all the way to the end and get rid of the rest of it. It leaves us with this right here. All right, so we're going to go back to our mixed track here, and we're going to drag the triamp over. We're going to put it right on the end, and it matches up perfectly right there. So I got 3 tracks. Let's listen to it. All right, so I feel like that might be a little too close. So let's back it up just a hair. Actually, let's zoom in on it. Back it up some. That might be too far. That kind of works for me. I think there's too much dead space though now that I listen to it. So we're going to back it up to where it was before. Okay. So we've got our 3 tracks, and you can do this with any song you have, any track you have. You can make mashups where you put them over the top of each other. So if I were to say I want this one here, excuse me, I had my volume. I could actually do these 2 at the same time. We don't know what it's going to sound like. Okay. So if you're going to do a mashup, you got to make sure they have the same beats per minute, or else it doesn't really work well. So we got this beat here. We want to move one up or down. We can move different tracks down here. So essentially now we got this project saved. We want to file, save the project. This saves the project file. It does not make it a music track, okay? And we're going to go file, save as. Let me try that. That's better. So we know we're saving it in our 4th period mix 1, and we hit OK. Yes, we want to overwrite. So now we go to file, export, and this will turn it into a track. Multi-track mix down entire session. It's going to ask us what we want. I'm going to do Armstrong 1. And we're going to save it to our folder on the SMAT drive. Music projects, word period, Armstrong 1. Hit save. It's as MP3. We're going to hit OK. And it's going to export it. Now if I go to File, Open, it's going to open it as one complete file. And I've created a mix. All right, so that's your tutorial. I expect this same thing to come out of you guys today, or whatever day you're doing it on. If you're not a part of my class, well, that's okay too. These tracks are available on YouTube Audio Library. Just search the name of the track. They are free and copyright friendly. That'll be it until the next tutorial.